Good morning, my name's Tom with Holman RV. I'm going to do a virtual walkthrough for you on your gray wolf. So we'll get started with your awning. Your awning's out, it's good shape, and you want to keep it that way. It's only shade control. Do not leave it out in stormy weather. It will act as a wind sail and go right up over top of your unit, causing you a costly repair. So bring it in when it's stormy, bring it in when you're not around the unit, and bring it in at night just in case. You have nice awning lights along the body of the unit, and it turns off and on with a button inside. So we'll start out up front here on the passenger side with your storage, and inside your storage is the hitchwork that comes with the unit. So we come on around, you have LP tanks. They're both full and they're ready to camp. Both tanks are on right now. This indicates we're drawing from this tank first, the little arrow. The green indicates there's gas in the tank. So when this tank runs dry, this will turn red, and then you can manually turn it over to the other tank. It will turn green again, and then you can take this tank off, get it filled, and that way you'll never run out of LP. In front of that is your jack, your power jack, and it has a light to work by, and also a button for up and down. Behind the LP tanks is your deep cycle marine battery. You want to check the cells about every 4 to 5 months, make sure water's staying over the plates. If it's at or below the plates, just add some distilled water and you'll keep your battery in good shape. So we come on around to your water heater. Your water heater is gas or electric, and the electric elements are located here. Your drain plug is here. Your electric button is on the lower left hand corner, and we've turned it on to make sure everything works properly. Your gas is here, and you just want to check the blow-off valve. Make sure there's water in the tank before you light it off. Once you get to your campsite, you're going to level up on the low side tires by putting in blocks or levelers. And once it's level side to side, you're going to disconnect it from your tow vehicle with the power jack. Once it's disconnected and your tow vehicle is out of the way, you're going to adjust the level forward and aft with your jack. Once it's level side to side and front to back, then you can put down your stabilizers on all 4 corners, and the stabilizers are just that. They are not jacks. Do not try to jack with them. You will either bend the jack or bend the frame. So just run them down to where they're snug on the ground, and they will just secure your unit from rocking back and forth. Your roof has a solid membrane front to back, side to side. There's a seal across the front and one across the back. Everything that comes up through the roof has Dicor sealant around it. Dicor is a brand name. They make a lot of things for campers. They make this sealant that's non-silicone. Do not use any silicone on that roof. It will eat through the membrane. So we come on around. Your low point drains are located here, and you'll use those when getting ready to winterize your unit. So we come on to the back of the driver's side. You'll find a port for your fresh water. If you're at a site that does not have city water, you can fill this port, and that's an onboard tank. It has a demand pump that will turn off and on as you require water. If you're at a full hookup and you have city water, you can hook your water hose up to this, and it's a good idea to have a pressure regulator at the source so you don't blow the lines inside. Pressure regulators are usually regulated at 55 pounds. Below that is your 30 amp service. Your 30 amp service and all that cable is yours. And You just want to make sure you're plugged into 30 amps before you turn your AC on. Do not run your air conditioner on anything less than 30 amps. Adjacent to that is your outdoor shower with hot and cold water and a spray hose. And above that is a work light. Whoop. Nice storage underneath your bunks. Your sewer outlet is here, and the large knife blade on the right is your toilet, your black tank, and then the gray valve on the left is your gray tank, your shower, your sinks. You want to hook your hose up to this. It's a bayonet connection. You'll take the cap off and the hose will twist on. Make sure you're in a dump, and then you pull your black tank first and let it drain. Once it's drained, then you can pull the gray, and that will wash out your hose and clean everything out. You want to make sure that you leave these valves closed while you're using the unit. Let those tanks fill to at least 2/3 before you dump them. That way the liquid will take the solids and the paper away out of the black tank, and the gray tank you will be able to wash out the unit. You come on around. Do you have a rear view camera? Rear entry into your bathroom. You have a black tank flush. Once you've dumped your black tank and it still shows there's something in the tank, you can hook a water hose up to this. Make sure you're connected, your dump hose is connected in a dump. Make sure that the black valve is open. Then you can turn this hose on and it will flush out your black tank. You do have outdoor speakers for your radio. They are water resistant, not waterproof, so do not spray directly into them. They will take rainwater and they'll take you washing down the unit, but they won't take a direct hit from a hose. You have a bracket here for a TV to bring it outside. You could plug it in to your electric heater and then to your onboard antenna here. Located here is your furnace exhaust. It does get hot, but that's not what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about putting a screen over it. Most RV places sell screens that fit right over top of this. It keeps mud daubers and little varmints out. So it's a good idea to have that. Next to that is your outdoor kitchen. It has a cooktop, it has an ice maker, and a refrigerator. The refrigerator only works when you're plugged into shore power. It also has water, your water spray. Your gas hooks into your gas connection here. You make sure the valve is off before you hook your gas in, and that hose is right there. Pretty well takes care of the outside. Let's go inside and do the same thing. As we come in up to your left, you're going to find your service panel, and your service panel shows all your tanks are empty and your battery is fully charged, but we're plugged in so it's charging. Awning lights off and on here, exterior lights off and on here, living room lights off and on here, and then this water heater switch is for your gas only. Your electric is outside. Come on around, location for a TV, and you have your radio here with different zones, 1 and 2. 1 is usually inside, 2 is out. Below that is your fireplace. The fireplace has an off and on switch. Also has it will put out heat. It's electric, so it works on 110. You come on around. We do give you a book that was written a couple years ago that explains a lot of things that I'm explaining now. just in case you get tired of listening to the CD or the DVD. Your keys will be here, and so come back to your cooktop. Your cooktop is the gas, and to light it off, you'll turn one of the burners to high, hit the sparker, and it will light the burner. This unit's in very good shape to be a 22. Your oven lights off the same way. You'll push it in, hold it while you turn the sparker. You do have a light to work by. You want to travel with the glass on the cooktop down. Gives you a little extra counter space. Do not try to cook on it. You have a light and a fan over top, as well as a nice microwave. Your refrigerator is 12 volt, so it's going to work while you're going down the road off of your battery and off of its battery. And it's a nice size unit. Below that is your power panel. Your 110s are all here. Your breakers, and they're marked as to what they are. And beside that, past your converter, are your 12 volts, and they're marked as well. You do have a battery disconnect, so when you're in storage, you can turn your disconnect off and save your battery. You have a nice pantry. Your bathroom there's a sunlight switch. The receptacle is hooked to a GFI, either in the kitchen or located near water. Your toilet has a foot pedal. To fill the bowl, you simply press the pedal slightly. We're working off your onboard pump and your onboard water. So it's filling the bowl. It's the way it will be at home. After use, you're going to push the pedal all the way down, and that will flush it directly into the black tank. This is where you're going to put your black tank chemicals. Before you start camping, put black tank chemicals in that tank, and they last for about a week. If you have not dumped your tank in a week at the campsite, go ahead and dump it and add more chemicals. And then when you get ready to leave the campsite, it's also a good idea to dump your tanks and make sure everything is chemicals are put back in the tank to keep your tank smelling nice and fresh. I never carry sewage with me when I'm traveling. Always dump them. Nice bunks. They have their own lights and their own USB ports. The thermostat's located here. Your thermostat operates by just pressing the lower button. It will scroll through the fans, high, low, AC, automatic. If you want the AC, you run the temperature down so it kicks on. We are plugged into 30 amps, so it will kick on. Then I can scroll on down to heat and run that temperature up. The AC will kick off here pretty soon, and the furnace will turn on. There you go. And there goes the furnace. Push the button one more time, two more times, and it turns it to off. Your dinette makes into a bed by simply taking the top off the poles, storing the poles somewhere safe, usually in a drawer, and then the tabletop will sit on these rails on each side, and the pillows will make a bed in the middle. You also have a jackknife couch that lifts up and folds out into a bed. Come on around to your bedroom. You have lights over the head of the bed for reading. Light up here. All these lights operate with the button in the middle. By just pushing the button, it turns them off and on. We've pretty well covered everything in your unit and how it works. If you have any questions once you view the DVD, don't hesitate to call us. We'll be glad to answer any questions. Most everything I've talked about is in the user's guide, so if you need to use that, you can, or you can call us. Again, we want to thank you for buying your unit from Holman's, and know that you're going to have a lot of neat camping trips out of it. Thank you.